What if age was a lie? What if your actual age didn't matter? Not your birth year, not your biology, not the way society labels you, but your psychological age. The quiet clock in your head that tells you how old you feel, how old you act, and what's still appropriate for you. What if you were never told as a kid what age means old? What if the number on your driver's license was just a story, one you've been conditioned to believe? A story that's aging you faster than time ever could. Just think about it. If you woke up tomorrow with no idea how old you were, how would you move through the world? Would you still say you're too old to try something new? Too young to lead? Would you still let society dictate your timeline for success, love, energy, or play? Or would you start living on your own rhythm, like so many old souls and young at hearts already do? The clock is ticking, but maybe not the way you think. Welcome back to Thinking and Being. If you like what you see today, please be sure to like and subscribe, as this will enable you to see more content from myself and others just like this. And of course, as I've said before, my pledge is to make each video 1% better as we go. So I hope you stick around for that. What's new in the studio? Well, I'm using a new lavalier mic, which means no more crackling and no more fluctuations in loudness. I'm using the new Hollyland Lark M2 lavalier mic, which, from what I've seen so far from editing, the sound quality is a lot better. And this product is also my unpaid promo. I like this product because of the reliable and enhanced sound quality, so I don't have to keep normalizing the sound in editing. I like the fact that it has USB-C and Lightning adapters for mobile phone recording, as I do. And it also has hardware for linking up with and recording using a proper camera, which I may do down the line. It has a nice strong magnet that holds it to my shirt while I'm speaking. And these cost a little bit more than my previous mic, which was kind of a cheapo mic, but I think the upgrade in quality is going to be well worth it. So I'll leave a link to this product in the description below so you can check them out. So why this particular topic? We obsess over chronological age, the number of candles, the digits on our forms, but we rarely ask the more important question: how old do you feel, really? I've had deep conversations with older people who say they feel 30 or 40 years younger than they actually are. Sometimes these people are genuinely surprised by the reflection they see in the mirror. And it got me thinking, what if that internal age is doing more than just fooling us? What if it's shaping us, influencing our health, our energy, our choices, maybe even our future? We don't give this age type nearly enough weight. But after this episode, I think you'll agree that it deserves the spotlight. So the first main idea I want to talk about are the different types of age that we know of and how they differ from mind age or psychological age. So first, there's chronological age. Let's start with the obvious one. Chronological age is how many years you've been alive, full stop. It's the number on your ID, the thing you celebrate each birthday, and unfortunately, the number of people often used to decide what you should be doing. Retiring at 65, that's a chronological thing. Drinking legally at 21, chronological. But that number tells us nothing about how healthy you are, how you think, or even how old you feel. It's just a clock, and clocks don't know you. Next up is biological age. Now this one is a little more sciencey. Biological age tries to measure up how used up your body is, regardless of how long it's technically been running. It's affected by genetics, lifestyle, stress, sleep, diet, inflammation, and basically everything that you do in this world. Two 40-year-olds could have completely different biological ages. One might have the lungs and arteries of a 28-year-old triathlete. The other might have the insides of a 60-year-old truck stop regular. What's wild is biological age is often reversible, and we'll come back to that later. And then there's social age. Social age is all about the roles society expects you to play. Are you too old to skateboard? Too young to lead a company? Those are social age assumptions talking. It's shaped by your culture, your community, your job, and often by other people's ideas about when you're supposed to hit certain life milestones. Things like marriage, kids, and retirement. But just like fashion trends, social age rules shift. They're often outdated, yet they pressure us into rushing or delaying key life moves. And then there's functional age. Functional age asks, what can you actually do? How's your strength, mobility, reflexes? Can you sprint upstairs? Remember 5 things in a row? It's the practical age of your body and mind. Someone might be 80, but if they're teaching yoga, riding bikes, and doing Sudoku at lightning speed, their functional age might be more like 50. This kind of age is what really matters in daily life, and it can be far more motivating to improve than a simple birth date. And then there's emotional age. Emotional age is how well you manage your feelings. Can you self-soothe? Can you take criticism? Are you still spiraling like a teenager when someone ghosts you? That's emotional age showing. It's not about how much you feel, it's about how you handle what you feel. You probably know someone who's 50 going on 15 emotionally, or the opposite, someone young who's already grounded, self-aware, and emotionally wise. Emotional maturity doesn't always come with time. It comes with introspection. And then there's cognitive age. This one looks at how sharp your thinking is. Reaction, time, memory, creativity, adaptability, stuff that matters for navigating the modern world. The catch, our cognitive peak is said to be around age 30 for speed, but wisdom and strategy peak later. So while you may not recall names at lightning speed anymore, you may be crushing it at pattern recognition and decision making. Cognitive age is tricky because some decline is natural, but a lot of it can be slowed or even reversed with practice, play, and novelty. And then there's spiritual age. This one's less talked about, but still powerful. Spiritual age reflects your sense of meaning, connection, and peace. Are you just surviving? Or do you feel grounded in something bigger, whether that's religion, nature, creativity, or service to others? Some people are born old souls. Others grow into spiritual wisdom after crisis or loss. Your spiritual age can guide how you approach time, death, or even legacy, and it has a massive impact on how old or timeless you feel day to day. And then there's psychological age, the point of this particular episode. Psychological age is how you feel, deep down, regardless of your body, your job, your birth year. It blends memory, identity, optimism, self-talk, curiosity, and energy. It's not just acting young or being immature, it's your self-perceived aliveness. People with younger psychological ages are more resilient, more open, and engaged. They feel more possibility. That's why 75-year-olds can feel 40 inside, and some 30-year-olds act like it's already too late. Ask yourself, if no one told you your age, how old would you think you are? That number has power, and later in this episode, we'll teach you how to protect it. Next, let's discuss how you might be accelerating your psychological age without knowing it. First, your self-talk ages you. How do you talk to yourself when no one's around? If your inner monologue sounds like, I'm too old for this, I missed my shot, or that's for the younger generation, you're accelerating your psychological age fast. Thoughts create reality, and repetition creates belief. If you repeat, I'm tired, or I don't bounce back like I used to, your brain and body start to agree. Flip the script. Say, I'm learning fast, or I have more energy than I used to. Say it often enough, and your psychological age will slow down. Next, as we often do, let's talk about systems thinking. Let's talk about the thought loop that ages you. Imagine a loop. You feel old, you act old, you get treated like you're old, you believe it more, and then you feel older. That's a reinforcing loop. Every time you lean into the identity of aging, joking about it, using it as an excuse, or letting it define your worth, you feed the system. Instead, try to break the loop. Feel curious, try something new, get surprised by yourself, feel energized, and then reinforce that youthfulness. Small inputs can change the system. Be mindful of the feedback loop you're living inside. Also, cultural mirrors are aging you. The world is full of mirrors, social media, commercials, trends, conversations, and a lot of them reflect this message: you're past your prime. From anti-aging products to TikTok's obsession with being 19 forever, these cues sink into your subconscious. You start believing your value has an expiration date. Stop borrowing identity from media. Start creating your own. Follow people of all ages doing wild, new things. Find mirrors that reflect vitality, not decline. It matters. And you're using the wrong metrics. We measure our lives in years, wrinkles, job titles, gray hairs. Even I have some. But if we measured in curiosity, laughter, and dreams still in progress, a 45-year-old who just started learning guitar is aging better than a 30-year-old who's settled into boredom. The metric you use becomes the story you tell, and that story becomes your age. So ask, am I growing in joy, in wonder, or am I just checking boxes? And then there's habits that age you. Psychological age isn't just a feeling, it's a pattern. Patterns come from habits. If your daily loop is wake up tired, do work you barely enjoy, eat out of habit, and end the night on a couch with a TV whispering you into sleep, your brain starts labeling this routine as old. I mean, think about it. Sitting on a couch watching TV at night is something that we all know old people do. Why not mix it up once in a while and do something different? It's not just about the what, it's about the same. The more predictable your life is, the faster it speeds up and the older it feels. Try swapping one autopilot habit each week. Read instead of scrolling. Take a different route home. Say yes to something inconvenient. Even just breaking your nightly couch and screen routine once in a while can loosen the mental script that says this is how old people live. And one of the things I do in my videos is give a shout out to fellow YouTube content creators. And this week I want to promote the Dad Briefs. Real quick, I do this because it's good karma and they've done such a great job inspiring me. I want to give them the credit they deserve. So this content creator, he's actually the one who suggested my new lav mic. He responded to a comment that I made to one of his videos, which is very nice. I said, what equipment are you using? And he responded very quickly. He is a dad named Slade Wentworth, and he's most known for his Instagram and his short form videos, in which he talks about current events or life situations and how to resolve them or address them with kindness. He does all this often while preparing different foods and different recipes. So it's an innovative way of listening to good advice. Both the recipe ideas and the fatherly advice are very valuable. So I highly recommend the Dad Briefs, and I'll leave a link to his channel and his Instagram in the description below for this video. So the last main idea I want to talk about is some tips to slow down or even reverse your psychological age. First, rebuild your internal identity. Most people get psychologically old when they stop reinventing themselves. They freeze frame who they are at 25 or 35 and live there forever. But if you stay in update mode, you stay young. Psychological age isn't about being immature, it's about keeping your identity fluid. So ask, what's my next upgrade? A new interest, a new style, a new friend group? Identity is a living project. Young minds stay under construction. Next, design for novelty and break that loop. Routines are useful, but they're also memory erasers. When every day looks the same, your brain stops recording the details and time speeds up. You feel older and forget how you got there. Instead, add a little bit of friction. Change your route. Ask weird questions. Visit new places. Meet new people. Novelty is a psychological pause button. It stretches your perception of time and keeps your mental age curious, not calcified. Next, slow time with presence. Presence is the ultimate anti-aging serum. When you fully inhabit now, not the past, not your to-do list, not future worries, you create rich memory and slow psychological decay. Try this. Once a day, narrate your experience out loud. I'm stirring my coffee. The cup is warm. The morning light's hitting the table. It sounds ridiculous, but it brings you back to the present. And in the present, you're ageless. Next, rewire with useful inputs. You are the sum of what you consume. Music, friends, videos, and books, they all affect your thought patterns. If your inputs are 90% back pain commercials and doom scrolling, your psychological age jumps a decade overnight. Curate your feed like it's your future. Add art, science, comedy, ideas that make you feel young, bold, and alive. Age is contagious. So is vibrance. Catch the right stuff. And declare a mind age and mean it. Here's something deceptively powerful. Pick a number. Say it out loud. I feel 32, or I'm 28 today. Then act accordingly. Speak it before bed. Repeat it every night. Defend it when someone says you're too old for that. This isn't crazy talk, it's psychology. The number you claim influences how your brain wires itself. It's not about delusion, it's about permission. Young minds start with a decision. And last, make youth a practice, not a trait. Feeling young isn't a personality, it's a practice. Ask questions, play often. Let go of pride. Seek mentorship and give it. Say, I don't know, without shame. Stay around people who surprise you. Being youthful isn't about age, it's about living with momentum. Psychological youth is renewable energy. You just have to generate it. Thanks for watching today. My 3 key takeaways are: forget your birth year. What's your mind age right now? Say it and own it. Next, you've aged more from routine and stress than from birthdays. And last, youth isn't a phase, it's a mental setting. You can still flip the switch, do it, and just see what happens. If you like what you saw today, please like and subscribe, as it will keep content like this coming your way. And as I've said before, it's my goal to make this content entertaining and funny, enlightening and educational, as well as a little bit nostalgic. Stay tuned, as we're going to talk about a lot of different things, from consciousness to physics to psychology, and all the intersections in between that affect your thinking and being. But until then, keep thinking and being, and think young so you are young, so you can live a long time, and do not go gentle into that good night.